Stansberry's the deep man. He's a speed runner. And the nearest running back, the fullback, is David Giles. He's a junior. Pretty hefty, too. He's got some size for a running back. Casey under center on 2nd and 9. They're going to hand it off once again to Stansberry, and he's met immediately. Gets back to the line of scrimmage plus a yard. Gets to the 48. So it's 3rd down and 8, and another big play coming up for the Roadrunners.
He's brought down by number 7, Wesley Wise, and number 10, Ethan Glasgow. Just outside the 47-yard line, 3rd and about 7.
So 3rd and long for the Roadrunners as Casey comes back on the field. 5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Bruins leading at 14-0. Casey with 2 running backs behind him. This time he's going to roll to the left and pass. Throws it deep over the middle. Has a man wide open, and this ball is caught for a touchdown. He was wide open at about the 15-yard line. And there was no catching him after that.
Touchdown, Roadrunners.
I think it's Cameron Como, number 11, caught that. Yep, he sure was. He got behind the defense.
5 yards behind.
Casey with 2 running backs behind him. Takes a snap, hands it off to Stansberry. He's going to be stacked up back at about the 8-yard line. Push back. On 1st down. Looks to pass. Has time. Hudson. Razorback Aiden Henry. Hatcher back to pass on 1st down. They get a hand on him, but he rumbles to the right, throws, has a man open. That's Lynch at the 35 of Ridgeway, down to the 32-yard line. Lynch has become a go-to receiver over the past. Bruins now lead with 10:55 to go in the first half. 28-6 over Memphis Ridgeway. He was walking around. Doctor just walking around. Back at Pulaski Academy. Bruins have scored again. Had the ball 4 times. Have scored. About a yard and a half, close to 2 yards to go for the first down. Move it down to the Pulaski Academy inside the 47. Need to get to the 45 for a first down.
Like to have us on the stop for the Bruins on that last play.
So 4th down. Casey, the quarterback, has a running back off to his right this time. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right on 4th and short. Wouldn't be surprised if he keeps this one too. Okay, he's going to hand it off, and he's not going to make it. He hands it off to his running back, Jonathan Holmes, and Holmes did not make it back to the line of scrimmage.
Another outstanding stop by Wesley.
Well, he's shooting the gap, and he's timing it perfectly.
Yeah, he certainly is. He gathered him up about 2 yards deep in the backfield.
As soon as Holmes got the handoff, Wise wrapped him up. 8:38 to go in the first half. Bruins leading at 28-6. They've had the football 4 times here in the first half. They scored 4 touchdowns. Hatcher with a running back to his left. Here's a handoff up the middle to 50, down to the 45, down to the 43-yard line. We'll call it the 42-yard line. Handoff that time to Mason Cobb. Mason Cobb, sophomore. He got some good size to him, too. So Cobb is in the backfield on the left side of Hatcher. Gain of 9. Second down, a yard to go from the 42. Need to get to the 41. Hatcher looking to the sidelines, trying to get the attention. Now he does. It's the coaching staff. Gets the play, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looks to pass. Rolls to his right, has time. Now they're after him. Now he has to dump it right. It's caught at about the 35-yard line. And that's enough for a first down. Nathan Biagioni. Biagioni found the seam, sat up there, and Hatcher found it. First down inside the 35 of Memphis Ridgeway. Bruins looking for another score, leading at 28-6. Empty backfield this time for Hatcher. 4 receivers, kind of a diamond formation to the right. And that's the short side of the field. 1 to the left. He's looking right. He throws. He's got a man open. Caught at the 15, down to the 10, down to the 5, down to the 3, the 2-yard line. Andrew Cobb that time on the catch. Oh, he's spreading it around tonight.
Boy, he is. He was wide open. I thought he was going to go ahead and score, but he got caught about a 2-yard line.
Conley caught him at the 2, kept him from scoring. Hatcher spreading it around. First and goal for the Bruins. Quick pitch, caught at the 5. In trouble this time. Brought down. It's going to be a loss back to about the 3-yard line. Luke Bratcher caught it. Tried to make a move into the end zone. There wasn't there. No room. So that'll bring up second down and goal. We're going to say from the 4-yard line. 2 receivers split to the left, 2 to the right. On second and goal from the 4. Hatcher with a running back to his left. The running back is Mason Cobb. He's going to pass, pumps, fires, back of the end zone, caught, Lynch, touchdown. Brett Lynch, back of the end zone. Hatcher hit him crossing through there. 5 possessions, 5 touchdowns.
That's pretty good, Jay. 5 for 5.
It's hard to beat that, isn't it?
Yes.
Hatcher will stay on for the extra point. Kick is up, and the kick is good. And we'll take a break. 6:33 to go in the first half. Our Bruins lead it now 34-6 over Memphis Ridgeway. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to Bruin Football, 96.5 FM The Answer. I'm going to mention the
Who was that to?
There's Brett Lynch made a catch in the end zone for a touchdown for the Bruins, and 35-6. 6:33 to go here in the first half. Then all Bruins. Hatcher will tee it up at the 40, kicking from our left to our right. Don't forget, next week's game starts at 9 o'clock. Yes, that's right, 9 o'clock. Here's the kick. This time he's going to kick it away. And it's going to be fielded inside the 10, juggled and brought out. 10, 15, out to the 18-yard line. Brought out that time by number 11, Cameron Como. Bratcher brings him down. That's where the Roadrunners will start, at the 18-yard line. Memphis Ridgeway came in 0-3 on the season, looking for their first win. Traveled a long way from Memphis for this game. Right now, the Bruins had their number at 35-6. 6:28 to go in the first half. Casey, the quarterback. There's a running back off to his right. Taking time off the clock. He just stands there and looks at the play clock. It ticks down under 10, down to 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Now he gets it. Hands it off to the running back. Makes one man miss, but there are a lot of gray shirts right there. He's going to get back to the 19, maybe the 20.
Thomas Wheeler's on the stop with the Bruins. Yeah, he's running the clock all the way down as far as it'll go before they snap the ball. Maybe they're going to try to make a short game of this tonight.
Good to see our old buddy Popeye here tonight. Hard on the job.
Yeah.
Looking good, man. Sega down 8 from the 20 for Ridgeway. Casey, the quarterback, with a running back off to his left. Looks to pass, rushes on, he escapes, throws, caught, no, dropped. Had a receiver. The ball was a little bit behind him. Had a receiver. Couldn't bring it in.
Just a little bit behind him. I thought he was going to catch it. He was wide open,
yep.
but wasn't an excellent throw by any means.
So that'll bring up 3rd down and 8.
Jalen Munger, 17.
Ball's at the 20, need to get to the 28 for a first down. 3rd and 8 for the Roadrunners. Casey, the quarterback. Shotgun formation, standing back at the 15. Wait for that clock to run down again, down to 6, 5, 4. Now they snap it. Rushes on. He pumps, now fires, has a man out there, but he's going to overthrow everybody at midfield. A little bit of pressure that time on Casey. Got rid of it, threw it a little bit high and wide. And now it's 4th down and 8. We'll see the punting unit, I believe. Robert Gillard, I think, was the intended receiver. On 4th and 8 from their 20, the Roadrunners will punt it away. At least their punting unit is out there, but so is their quarterback. So you got to be aware of this. The Bruins always are. They hardly ever put anybody back deep.
Yeah, they never do.
Return a punt.
As soon as it is kicked or off the field, they'll
come off the field. Yeah. Let that ball bounce and do whatever it needs to do. They're going to snap it away. Punter standing way back at the 5-yard line. That's the quarterback, Casey. High snap. He goes up and gets it, punts it away, and the Bruins just head for the sidelines. This one bounces to the 45, 50 to 45, down to the 40-yard line, inside the 40. Inside the 30, they're going to say the 28-yard line. let's see, 17-yard line. So it'll be first down and 18.
Well, the first team
first
is
and 17.
First team is still in there on defense, so I guess they're going to play till halftime.
Yeah.
Let the second team come in.
First and 17 for Memphis Ridgeway. Quincy Casey, the quarterback, has a deep man behind him. He's under center. He's going to drop back to pass. Rushes on. He's never going to get it off. He's going to be slung down at the 10. Let's see where they're going to say contact was made. Just outside the 10 at the 11. Don't tell me that was... Who was that?
That was Isaiah Woods.
Isaiah Woods. Thought you were going to say Wesley Wise again. He's been in the backfield more than some of these Memphis running backs have.
I'm telling you, he has.
So another loss back to the 11. They have to get out to the 35. So second down and 24. Quarterback under center again with a deep man. I mean a deep man. He's standing way back at the 4-yard line. He's almost out of the picture. If he gets any deeper, he's going to buy a ticket. They're going to hand off to him. He's not going to make it back to the line of scrimmage. Well, he started from, way back, and they're going to say the 9-yard line is about as far as he got. And it's third down and very long. Ball is at the 9, need to get to the 35. So third and 26.
Here's a new name for us, Matthew Hugg.
Matthew Hugg, a sophomore. Yeah.
And he's not 5'1", he's 5'11", I think.
Yeah.
Program has him at 5'1".
Third and 26 for Memphis Ridgeway. They've backed themselves all the way up to their 9-yard line. This time, shotgun formation for Casey. One running back off to his left. He's got 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. If there ever was a passing down, this is one. He backs up to pass, rushes on, he's hit, gets away, spins away, still looking, being chased, out to the 15, out to the 20, out to the 24-yard line. And he's going to be about 11 yards shy of the first down. Ethan Glasgow was the first one to hit him. So now they're going to have to punt it away again from their own 24. Need to get to the 35. So it's 4th and 11.
Isaiah Woods almost made the stop in the backfield
He sure
that
did.
time, but the quarterback eluded him and came on out to about the 24, I mean.
So the Bruins have their punt return team on, which does not mean they have a return man. They're just out there making sure nothing tricky goes on. They very rarely put somebody deep to return punts. Ridgeway has somebody coming on late, and he's not going to make it in time. Clock's down to 0, and let's see, timeout called by Ridgeway. Yeah, they had to call timeout because they had somebody late getting on the field. And their body language at the moment does not look good.
No, it certainly does. They look like a whip pup right now.
Yeah. 42-6, Bruins leading at 1:48 to go until halftime. And the Bruins will have it again, and like you said, this may be the last time you see this number 1 offense out here.
I think it will be.
With 1:48 to go when the Bruins get the ball back. Leading at 42-6. Well, Bruins defense comes back out. The punt team for Ridgeway comes out. Ball's at their own 24. And the punter, who is the quarterback, let's see where he sets up. He's going to line himself up back around the 10-yard line, inside the 10. He's still backing up. He's back to the 8. As we said, nobody deep for the Bruins. Last time the snap was high. This time it's low. He scoops it up and kicks it a wobbler that's going to hit and bounce sideways at midfield. It's going to be touched right at midfield. They're going to say the 49 of Ridgeway. And that's where the Bruins will take over with 1:38 to go until halftime. Lane Hatcher will come back out once more. They may give him the first series of the second half. I don't know, but
well, we'll just have to wait
We'll
and see
see.
for sure. But
so Hatcher's out there with the starters. Running back to his left. Slot man to the right. Now he goes wide. It's Merritt Jones. On first down, inside Ridgeway territory. Little shovel pass.
Oh, here's
Works at the 45, the 40. Hudson Henry at
Off
the
to the
30,
races.
the 20, the 15. Cuts back at the 10.
Touchdown.
5. Look at that move.
Man,
Boy, does that remind you of somebody there?
that reminded me of number 28
Yep.
of last year, Mr. Jared Watkins.
He reminds you of his brother a lot, too.
Yeah. I didn't realize Hudson had him in those
Tell
kind
you
of
what,
moves.
he hit the moves and the afterburners, and that's a touchdown for Hudson Henry. Well, the Bruins have had it 7 times. They've scored 7 touchdowns. Hatcher's on for the extra point. Bratcher to hold. Snap is good. The kick is up, and he drills it. And we'll take a break again with 1:29 to go until halftime. Our score now, Pulaski Academy 49, Memphis Ridgeway 6. You're listening to Bruin Football on 96.5 FM The Answer. Apparently that last score lit Chris Amsler up down here. He's got the music cranking.
He sure does right now.
49-6, the Bruins lead it. They'll be kicking from our left to our right with 1.5 minutes, 1:29 to be exact, until halftime. Ball is teed up, and here comes the kick. A wobbly kick is going to hit the 20. Take a good bounce, though, inside the 5. They're going to have to run it out. At the 5, they pick it up. Back to the 10, back to the 15, out to the 20-yard line. Still on his feet.
Man.
Finally twisted down across the 25, close to the 27. So good job of making something out of nothing that time.
I believe that was the second team kickoff team on
I
that
think
coverage
so.
that time.
Yeah.
So far, Jay, and this is going to be hard to beat early up on down the road in the season, but that touchdown run took 9 seconds.
9 seconds.
That's the fastest scoring drive they've had so far this year. That was
Yep.
a one-play 49-yarder. Little shuttle pass to Hudson Henry.
First and 10 Roadrunners at their own 27. They've got a little over a minute to work with, 1:20 to work with. Casey under center with 2 running backs behind him. He's going to hand it off to the deep man. Cuts back at the 25, out across the 30-yard line. And they hand it off to Cameron Stansbury.
And then
The 45, back to the 50, the 45, the 40. Wyatt Howe at the 35, the 30, the 25, back to the 20. Howe cuts back, flag comes in. He's in the clear now at the 10, down to the 5, and goes all the way down to the end zone. Touchdown, but there's a flag at the 20. Boy, he's going to be sick about that when he gets up and sees the flags.
After that outstanding run.
That was Luke Bratcher. That was Luke Bratcher, number 8. Bratcher did a great job of returning that one.
I think he made a couple of
Through
S-turns.
traffic. Yeah, he did. That was interesting. Somebody down for Ridgeway at about the 11, I think, on the near sideline. That'll be against the Bruins. 10 yards in the spot of the foul, and the flags are at about the 20.
That's number 64 for them.
He's out there, and so's the Bruins doctor. Dr. Sam Moore is out there checking him out.
It's Jamal Wentz.
Jamal's down about the 11, 12-yard line on the near side. Wyatt, defensive line, Adam Thrash, got Chris Peterson out there, the trainer's Todd Ross, and they have the young man up on his feet, and as we said, Dr. Sam Moore.
They were checking his knee out, Jay, so I guess he twisted his knee.
Well, if anybody would know, Dr. Moore would. He's a good one, I'm telling you.
He's putting a little bit of weight on it, but
Yeah.
not much.
Yeah.
I hate to see that for any athlete.
They're going to help him back across the field. So after the penalty, the Bruins will be starting at the 30-yard line. With 21 seconds to go until halftime. And I think Coach Kelly just said that's it for the first team. And with 21 seconds to go, and the ball at the Roadrunners 30 and leading 49-6, I think he's going to put this second crew in there. We don't know, and forgive me, Vicky, for bringing this up. We don't know about the mercy. She says I always jinx it if I say it. We don't know about the mercy rule. I don't know if it probably is in play here. It wasn't last week because we played at Sand Springs, Oklahoma.
It'll just be the
Yeah, he'll start in the second half.
second half, right.
After halftime, so probably so. Bruins with a 43-point lead. Let's see, who's in there now at quarterback there? Brooksy.
Number 12, I
Looks
believe.
like Braden Bratcher.
Yeah.
He's going to hand it off, and no room there that time. Handed it off to Mason Cobb, sophomore, and there was no room for Mason. He's going to lose, let's see, about a yard on the play. Second 11. Clock running, though, and that's the end of the first half. They just run the clock out.
Yeah. Al Smith, number 52 for Ridgeway, is on the last tackle.
Well, the Bruins in the first half had the football 7 times, and they scored 7 touchdowns. So you can't beat that. At the half, our score 49-6 Bruins over the Ridgeway Roadrunners out of Memphis. Stay tuned for halftime. Josh Carroll stepping in. He'll take you through a halftime. Brooksy will be here with him. Be back after this. You're listening to Bruin Football on 96.5 FM, The Answer.
And your name to be received as the embodiment of ideals shared by the counterculture of the 1960s. Tonight, the band will perform two of the Beatles' most famous hits, starting with Paul McCartney's tune from the 1960s.
Who's our sponsors? Do you have the list?
Eleanor Rigby.
Do you have the list of our sponsors?
By Paul Lavender.
Thank you.
Features a solo performed tonight by freshman trumpeter Daniel McGrath. Here is the Pulaski Academy Bruin Brigade.
Welcome back to Rector Field at Joe B. Hatcher Stadium for the halftime report. I'm Joshua Carroll. I'm here with defensive coordinator for the Bruins, Madison Taylor. Coach, tell us how the game is going in your eyes.
I think we're doing well. We knew they were going to come out and try to run the football, and D-line linebackers did a good job, just controlling the line of scrimmage. And obviously they hit us with the long pass, which we've been working on all week. But they got some really great athletes on the outside, which we're probably going to go to here in the second half. And overall, real pleased with Wesley Wise on some great blitzes, and Isaiah Woods has gotten through there a couple times. So we let the quarterback out of our grasp a couple times when we had him. But at the end of the day, you got to be really pleased with how we played this half. So
outstanding. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
All right, Brooks, let's join me back on the headset here, and give us, if you would, a quick rundown of having some technical issues there with the headset. Sorry about that.
Well, he had one. He took it. The coach took it off and gave me.
He was out of here.
He was a bit busy, but anyway, I had one of the earpieces was turned inside out, and I had to turn it the other way around so I could hear. All in all, the Bruins are clicking on all cylinders in the first half. The offense, I think they had the ball, like Jay said, 7 or 8 times and scored on just about every possession. And the defense is playing lights out. I've seen some good, strong play by Isaiah Woods in the first half. He plays left tackle, and then they've done a lot of blitzing tonight. I know Wesley Wise has made a couple of outstanding tackles behind the line of scrimmage, and I think on all the deep passes we've had coverage. There was one slip up, and the receiver got behind our secondary, and he was about 5 yards behind the secondary. But other than that, I think the defense has really had a real good game so far.
Good, outstanding. I was looking at the rankings this week in Class 5A. According to the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette, they have Pulaski Academy in first place. They're, of course, playing Ridgeway tonight out of Memphis, Tennessee. In second place, ranked number 2, you have Wynn, who's 1-0 so far. They're playing Maumelle this week. Then you have Alma playing Springdale tonight. You have Little Rock Christian, ranked number 4. They're playing Shiloh Christian at Shiloh Christian. And then 5th, you have Watson Chapel. They're playing Pine Bluff tonight. And in ranked number 6, you have Little Rock McClellan at North Little Rock. That's always an interesting game between the Bruins.
Oh, man, it's getting to be a real rivalry for both schools. And last 2 years, or last 3 years, we've had some real outstanding games with McClellan. I know they come ready to play, and one of these days they're going to – we can't continue winning. Well, we can try. That's all we can say, but I don't see us – someday, one time McClellan's going to beat us, but I hope that's way, way down the road. But I'm sure they'll jump for joy when that does take place and happen.
Outstanding. One of the things that I noticed, I guess it was last year, the year before last, when Pulaski Academy played McClellan in the state championship. It was that. Am I thinking right? Is that right?
That was
a couple
2 years
ago. Yeah, that's right. So, there was it was a heated exchange that happened after that. I think we can say that now.
Uh-huh.
There was a lot of emotion, as there should be at the state championship level. But the next year, last year, when we played McClellan, if I recall correctly, we went to McClellan
again for 2 years in a row.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was curious to see what that was going to be like. What was that environment going to be like? And actually, it was very welcoming. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I remember our cheerleaders went across during halftime and danced with their cheerleaders. Not just like a dance off or anything, not a contest,
mm-hmm.
but they intermingled with them. And they taught each other different moves, and they were dancing to the same music, and it was just fun. And, at that point, that's when I kind of took a sigh of relief and thought, wow, it really was just about football.
Mm-hmm.
And, we still can come together and realize, hey, this is a sport. Everybody's trying their best as an athlete. and then come out here and have some fun together.
Right. That was a good atmosphere for that game last year. It was very competitive, and at one time, McClellan, they had this heavyweight backfield, for no better term for that, but they had some heavyweights back there. Some of them weighed 260, 270, and then for a little bit, the Bruins couldn't stop it. I mean, they were just running it down our throats, but after a while, they kind of ran out of gas, and anyway, went back to the regular type offense. But I remember one play last year in particular, Pierre Strong. No, yeah, I think it was Pierre Strong was a running back for McClellan last year, and fortunately Hayden Henry made a saving tackle, or I think they would have scored and won the ball game. So I look back on that last year as one real pivotal, if I can pronounce it right, play. But anyway, that was a real turning point, I think, for the Bruins last year in winning that ball game in particular.
It really was. You know, one of the other things that impressed me just out of the last week were some of the statistics from last week's game. Of course, Pulaski Academy went to Sand Springs, Oklahoma. We had a great trip. It was a lot of fun for us. We went out there, rode with Popeye. He was very welcoming to allow us to join him on the road trip there. He drove us out there and drove back the same night, back here at 4:30 in the morning on Saturday, back at Pulaski Academy at the campus. But so back to the game itself. One of the things that I saw was out of the Week 1 statistics across the state, you had Lane Hatcher leading the way from Pulaski Academy. He had 55 completions with 40 attempts. This is, of course, passing statistics. He had a 72.7 completion percentage for a total of 485 yards and 6 touchdowns. What an effort.
That really was. That was. But, you know, if you pass that much, you're going to have statistics like that. But, you know, at the end of the year, he's going to wind up with no telling how many yards and touchdowns.
That's right.
I'm sure it seems to me like some D1 school certainly should be after him, because I think he's got an outstanding arm. He's got a lot of zip on the ball, too. It's not one of these floating type passers. He's got some strong arm on him.
Yeah. And of course, one of his favored receivers is Brett Lynch. Last week he had 8 receptions for a total of 126 yards and 2 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. How's Brett doing tonight?
He's doing outstanding. I think he's, let's see, don't know if he's got any. Oh, okay, he's got 1 touchdown pass. No, that was, yes, a pass to Brett Lynch. I missed the yardage on that, but he does have 1 touchdown tonight. And so far, I wish we had a statistician up here and could kind of give us a real better breakdown than what I'm able to do. And I think if we had probably one more person here in the press box with us that strictly did that, that would give us some more information that we could talk about at halftime.
Absolutely. Well, let's go ahead and take a quick break, and then we'll come back with some more information about Lane Hatcher and some of the other impressive players from plays from last week and this week as well. And then we'll go over some of the scores from around the state as well. You're listening to 96.5 The Answer and Bruin Football. All right. Welcome back to 96.5 The Answer FM with PA Bruin Radio. We'd like to thank a couple of our radio sponsors. That's Bale Chevrolet. We also have Ortho Surgeons, Bowen and Heffley. We thank them for their support of Bruin Radio. Going back to, let's go over some of these scores from this around the state. This evening we have Little Rock McClellan at North Little Rock. We don't have a score just yet out of them. We have Alma playing Springdale. Alma is behind 6-21 in that matchup. No real surprise there. Mm-hmm. You have Little Rock Mills playing Hall. No score reported there. We have Batesville and Searcy. Ozark leads Clarksville 28-7. That's at halftime. You have Blytheville behind West Memphis 26-0. Again at halftime. Trying to find some of these other 5A scores. In 5A West, you have Huntsville 6, Farmington 21. You have Heber Springs 14, Greenbrier 20, Siloam Springs 6, Harrison 41. Going over to Mena 8, Hot Springs 6. That was last reported in the second quarter. We have Morrilton 44, leading Little Rock Fair 13. Again, no big surprise there.
No, I think Marlton's got a good team this year. They had a good team last year, but they had to forfeit some games. But I think last week they beat Russellville 21-20. I think Russellville went the extra point, I believe, was blocked in that game, and Marlton came out ahead.
We'll see some other scores around the state. We have, of course, Pulaski Academy playing Ridgeway out of Memphis, Tennessee tonight. Our score, we're still at halftime, just for another 6.5 minutes. Our score is PA leads 49-6. We have Maumelle falling behind Wynn 7-27. You have Pine Bluff leading Watson Chapel 36-7. Rivercrest leads Valley View 21-15. I think that's all the 5A scores that I've got. Let's go back and look at some of these Week 1 top performers. One of the things that I found out just before the game, I guess I was behind the curve here, but Lane Hatcher voted the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette High School Player of the Week last week.
Yeah, he gets into he will be entered into the Landers Award at the end of the year. You know, he had outstanding week last week, and deservedly so.
Right, absolutely. Some other top performers last week were Hudson Henry. He had 7 receptions for 90 yards and 2 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. He also had Trey Johnson for 9 receptions, 103 yards and 1 touchdown. And, of course, as we mentioned earlier, Brett Lynch, another key receiver on this team, 8 receptions for 126 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. Very impressive.
Yeah. And that's four different receivers, or 3 different receivers, and at least, Lane's spreading the ball out, and I've noticed that over the years. He just shouldn't have one go-to guy. He spreads the ball out, and I think it speaks well of our offense,
really
being
does.
able to do that, and him also being able to do that.
One of the things that, just to kind of change the subject just a little bit from football, one of the things that to me is synonymous with football season is marching bands. Mm-hmm. And I tell you what, it's been great to see over the last just about 2 years, I think, that you've got a new band director here with Pulaski Academy. He has the Bruin Brigade, and I think this might have been one of the first times that I've seen them take the field and march during halftime. And what an impressive performance.
Yeah, of the years that I've been doing this, I think it's around 10 or 12 years, something like that. This is the first night that I've seen them on the field, and previously they might have had 5, 6, 7, 8 people
right.
just playing instruments on the sidelines, but tonight they did. They they've got a nice band.
They really do. It's filled out. There's probably about 40 students strong, I think. And what was neat is pregame, before they started the game, they had the band march out along the sidelines with all the students behind them. Mm-hmm. And of course, the students have their whiteout night, and so they met in the parking lot and threw paint at each other.
Okay.
So that's why if you look out in the crowd, or if you're watching on PABruins.tv, you'll see a lot of the students covered in paint. And they're wearing white shirts and white shorts and whatnot, and that's the reason for that. But the band led all the students out into the student section, and they're doing a great job out there, both in the stands, getting everybody in the spirit of football season, and then, like I said, their halftime show, they just did an incredible job.
Well, I think for a school PA's size, which is not all that large, they've got a real good following by all the parents and the students. All of them seem to be interested and enthusiastic about our football team.
Yes, sir. Well, let's go ahead and take another quick break. I'm going to see if we have I think we've got one of our football parents up here in the scoreboard, in the press box. See if we can get him over here and talk a little bit. Let's take a break. You're listening to Bruin Football on 96.5, the FM, The Answer. The FM, The Answer. What? Welcome back to 96.5 FM, The Answer, to Bruin Radio, Bruin Football. I'm here back tonight with Coach Billy Adams, the head baseball coach for Pulaski Academy. Good evening, Coach.
Good evening. Good to be here.
Well, so, of course, tonight's all about football. It's the first home game of the season, but, baseball's always got a special place in my heart. What can we expect from the Bruins this next season?
We've got a great group coming back. I've got 7 seniors this year, which is the most I've had, I think, in the 10 years I've been the head coach. So we're looking forward to a good group. Got a pretty good pitching staff coming back. We lost our one back last year, Will Osment, but Lane Hatcher will be back, and then I got 2 other seniors that are going to compete, and then some young guys. Mason Cobb on the mound a little bit this year, and Gavin Glasgow will be on the mound, and his brother Ethan as well. So we got a good group coming back.
What's it like with the players on your team? A lot of times there's some ribbing between the seniors and the freshmen or whatnot, but there's some schools where you see them kind of take them under their wing and guide them and lead them. What is the attitude generally on your team?
Yeah, that's a little bit of both for us. I mean, the freshmen have a few more duties involved with practice and game prep and that sort of thing.
Of course.
The older guys do a really good job of bringing those guys in and showing them how we do things. And one good thing that we do that's kind of a necessity, but our freshmen usually end up getting rides with the older guys to practice because we're off campus. So it's a good time for them to pick a freshman or a younger guy to take under their wing and show them how we do things. So, they do a good job.
Build up those friendships that way.
That's right, absolutely.
Outstanding. Well, Coach, we're looking forward to baseball season as always.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming with us, and
yes, sir.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. That'll be the end of our halftime show. I think we've got just under about 3. They put 3 minutes on the clock for the students to go ahead and warm up again. It's Bruins leading Ridgeway out of Memphis, Tennessee, 49-6. That'll be the end of our halftime show. We thank you for listening. Let's go ahead and take one more break, and you'll come back with Jay Jones and Brooks Beasley on 96.5 FM, The Answer.
And Brooks, I'll tell you what, it's hard to top 7. Actually, I guess that last possession they just ran the clock
Yeah,
out.
they just ran the clock
But
out on
before
that
that,
last
7 possessions,
Yeah.
7 touchdowns.
Yeah.
They lead at 49-6 at halftime.
That's quite a showing for the Bruins. Of course, I don't say that Ridgeway is they've lost 3 games already,
Right.
but they've got a good team. They just need to put it all together. But they're playing the Bruins, which I don't know what the rankings in the state would be for the Bruins, but of course they lead. They're first in 5A, but probably an overall rating, they might. I'm sure they're in the top 10. Wouldn't you say, Joe?
Oh, yeah. I definitely so. And, this is a team that whenever you come in and play the Bruins, and we've been around them for years and years, and, there's an intimidation factor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you walk into somebody's stadium, they've won 3 state championships in a row, going for their 4th, and they're a high-profile team. You see them in state media and even national media. It's easy to get behind and to start thinking, well, this thing is over. And you can see the body language change for the Roadrunners there in the second quarter. And their only quick strike was in the first quarter when they had a receiver get behind the Pulaski Academy defense and scored on a pass play. Other than that, it was nothing. It was a shutout by the defense.
Well, if I was a player and was down, 20, 30 points, especially to the Bruins, I personally, I don't know if I'd really want to play the rest of the game either because, of course, you need to go ahead and compete and finish. That's for sure. All athletes want to do that, whatever they're competing in.
49-6 as we start the second half, and the Bruins have it teed up. They'll be kicking from our left to our right. Out to kick it is we've got mostly these guys that need some work and are going to get some valuable playing time tonight, as they do in a lot of Bruins games. Clay James, I think, is on to kick. Kicking from our left to our right, and here comes the kick to kick off the second half. It's going to be fielded at the 15 on the run. Back to the 20. The 25 outside the 30, the 35. He's just tight lining that sideline over there, tight roping the sideline, and gets it out to, we'll see where they mark him. They get the 43-yard line.
I think we just lost our internet connection, so we won't be able to.
Well, we'll do the best we can. We didn't get a roster for Memphis
No,
Ridgeway to start this game, so we've had to try to pull numbers off of the website, which has been tough enough, but they're going to start the same quarterback, Quincy Casey. He's gone the whole way.
We'll just endure.
1st and 10 from their own 43 to start the second half. He's going to hand it off to the deep man. He's hit at the line of scrimmage and spun down for a short gain, maybe a half yard on the play. Chris Connell on the catch, or on the tackle. We will, some of these guys now are getting some good playing time. We'll try to keep up with their names and numbers too. As we play the second and third string.
He's a sophomore, 5'11", 195.
Gained about a half a yard that time by Stansberry. This time here's a quick pitch over the middle, caught at the PA 45-yard line and spun down. That was Monger on the catch. He got it inside the 45 to the 44-yard line. Clay James brought him down. That's a first down for the Roadrunners. This is the time of the game when the Bruins get their younger players in, some of the players that need some playing time. It'll pay off down the road.
Absolutely.
1st and 10 for the Roadrunners at the Bruin 43. Here's a handoff to the deep man. He's got a big hole. The 40, the 35, down to the 30, and a flag comes in at about the 35-yard line. This may be coming back. Richard Griffith made the tackle. A good run, a big hole, but they're going to bring this back. Memphis Ridgeway, of course, with their starters in there. And I can say this, they do have some beef on that offensive line.
I would.
The 43-yard line. Chris Connell. He came through and Looked like he'd been playing for a while.
Yeah.
He's a sophomore.
I think he hurt himself a little bit. He's coming out of the ball game. And
I'll tell you what, that was a good smacking he put on the quarterback and a big
certainly
loss.
was.
They're going to say back inside the 40 at about the 38 is where the play was ended. So second down and very long. About 30. Casey, the quarterback, drops back to pass, has a rush, steps up. The ball is knocked loose. It's on the ground, and let's see. I believe the Bruins have it.
I do, too.
At the 32, and they do. Somebody got a hand on it as he passed by the
quarterback for this second half is Braden Bratcher, number 12 for the Bruins, a junior.
Bratcher has a running back to his left. It's always good to get that second quarterback some playing time. Shovel pass coming to the right at the 35, back to the 30, back to the 25-yard line. Jaden Nash took that one. He's a junior wide receiver, but he's playing running back that time. And he's going to take it down to the 26. So gain of about 6 on the play. Second down, we'll call it 4. Bratcher with a running back to his left on second down. Hands it off up the middle we go. Gain of 2 or 3. Inside the 25 to the 24. It'll be third and short. That was Jaden Kelly who took that handoff. Jaden Kelly's a junior. Got some good playing time last week in that game against Sand Springs Page. This time nobody in the backfield for Bratcher on third down and a couple. The ball's at the 24. Need to get down close to the 22 for a first down. Empty backfield. Bratcher takes a snap, looks to pass, rushes on, steps up. He's in trouble. Now he gets free. Now he throws the ball and is caught at the 15-yard line. Good job of escaping trouble. Mason Cobb made the catch inside the 15.
He eluded 2 or 3 players on
Boy,
that.
he did. They had him by the jersey, and he shook loose. And a good job of keeping his head up to find a receiver. They're going to give him the 13-yard line. First and 10 from the 13. Running back to the left side of Bratcher. He gets the call, runs back to the left, looking for and now some movement in the backfield. And the flags come in. False start that time. Looked like Jaden Kelly was going to take a direct snap, and he started taking a step before the ball got to him.
Yeah, he's got to be still. He can't be in motion.
He was starting to play a little bit early. That'll back it up 5. It'll be second down and 10 as they move it back to the 13. So second down, Bratcher hands it off running right. Kelly looking for room. Flag comes in. He's going to get back maybe. Well, he's going to lose a couple of yards, but the flag comes in also. Holding against the Bruins. And it'll be second down and even longer. What's second and 10?
That'll push him back 10 more yards, won't it?
Yeah. Going to move it back to the 24. Need to get to the 3. So second down and 21 for the Bruins. This time Bratcher moves to the left. He's in trouble, and he's going to be wrapped up Loss of a couple back to the 26. So suddenly the offense is going the wrong way.
Going backwards instead of forward.
Yeah, they were moving pretty well there for a little bit. And now they've hit a little trouble spot.
We want to have a special thanks to Miss Vicky tonight. She's
Yeah.
helping with our computer here.
Believe me, if anybody knows more about computers, well, a lot of people do, but Miss Vicky certainly does. And I have to ask her a lot of questions about it. I'm glad she's here to do that.
She's our tech support.
Tech support. 3rd down and long for the Bruins. Here trying to set up a screen over the middle. It's complete at the 25, the 20, the 15. Cuts back at the 10, at the 5, and that's a touchdown. No flags. Braden Cash, a sophomore, took a little, looked like a screen right, and found some running room, and he's going to score.
Well, they must have been in fall and practice. They must be learning how to do the cutback move.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Everybody's been doing that tonight. Cutting against the grain and going in for touchdowns.
Braden Cash, a sophomore, makes it 55-6 with 5:08 to go in the 3rd. And who's on for the extra point here, Brooksy? It's
looks like number 37.
Clay James. Yep, Clay James. I think he kicked off a minute ago. Now their whistle on the extra point. Normally means the defense jumped again. Let's see. Offsides on the defense. Well, even this second crew knows how to do that shift because it brought the Roadrunners across the line of scrimmage again. They'll line up and kick it again. Braden Bratcher to hold. Snap is up, or is good. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Good snap that time by Thomas Wheelis. And after the touchdown, 4:56 to go in the 3rd. We'll take a break. Bruins lead this one 61-6 over the Roadrunners. You're listening to Bruin Football on 96.5 FM. The Answer.
James prepares to kick off for the Bruins.
Well, the Bruins have it teed up at the 40, kicking from our left to our right, leading at 56-6. 4:45 to go, clock running with the sportsmanship rule here in the 3rd quarter. Kick is long and caught at about the 7. At the 5, the 10, the 15, the 20. The 25, the 30, as he gets outside near his own sideline, steps out of bounds at the 32-yard line. And that's where the Roadrunners will take over. Trailing at 56-6. We'll see.
Mr. Connolly on the run back there.
We'll see if this defense, guys that are trying to get some experience in there, can do as good a job as they did last time. Great job last time.
Yeah, they caused a fumble and recovered it.
Stripped the ball.
And scored.
Well, the starting quarterback still in there for Ridgeway, Quincy Casey. 2 men in the backfield behind him. 1 man split wide right, 1 to the left. Here's a deep pitch. Stansberry at the 30, the 35. He's going to be tackled just as he crosses the 35-yard line. So a gain of about 3.5 on first down.
Stansberry carries on the play.
Gets it just beyond the 35. Second down and about 7.
At the 35-yard line, 2nd and 6.
Memphis Ridgeway came in 0-3, about to go 0-4 on the season. Here's a handoff to the running back, deep running back at the 35 out across the 40 to the 41. It's going to be about 1.5 yards shy of a first down.
Jonathan Holt carries on the play.
Holt on the Garrett Pritchard and Chris Connell on the tackle. So it's going to be 4th down and a yard. And the Roadrunners will go for it as the clock ticks away, down to 2:20 to go in the third. Fourth and 1. Casey under center. Has a man in motion. He's going to hand it off to the deep man again. This time he has a first down and more at the 45, the 50. Down the sideline he goes, and finally run out of bounds around the 40-yard line of Pulaski Academy. So they get the first down and more. Jonathan Holmes is the running back. So first down for Memphis Ridgeways. They move it into PA territory at the 40-yard line. 1:35 to go in the third quarter. Bruins leading at 56-6. Casey under center. Hands it to his deep man across the middle. He goes. He's got good yardage inside the 30 down to the 25-yard line.
Number 3, Cameron Sneed on the carry.
Layden Smith on the tackle and Drew Johnston. Cameron Sneed is the running back in there now for the Roadrunners. He's the deep man. Ball is at the 24. 1st and 10. This time Casey's going to pass. Back corner of the end zone. Back shoulder incomplete. Had a man that had a step on the defender, but that ball was overthrown. It'll be 2nd and 10.
White Howe was on the coverage there.
Yep.
The pass was intended for Cameron Cole. Ooh. I'm not too good.
We don't know. Could be Como. Could be whoever.
Be.
So it brings up 2nd down from the 24-yard line. Casey under center took a shot at the end zone that time. We'll see what he does here. He's going to hand it off to his deep man. And he's got a hole down to the 10-yard line, down to the 5, and stumbles and bumbles and rumbles down inside the 5. Good yardage that time.
I thought he was going to score on that, but
Cade Jones got him. Sneed's a running back, and he's had some success going up the middle, and it's 1st and goal now from the 4-yard line. Clock running down here in the third quarter, 10 seconds to go. Casey hands it off to the first man through. He's bumped and stacked up as he gets down to about the 3. And that'll be the last play of the third quarter.
Jarrett Pritchard kind of shot the gap there and made the tackle on that to stop the Roadrunners.
That'll do it for 3 quarters. After 3, we'll head to the 4th quarter. Our score from Rector Field, Joe B. Hatcher Stadium here at Pulaski Academy. The Bruins lead the Roadrunners 56-6. You're listening to Bruin Football on 96.5 FM, The Answer.
Brings us to the end of the third quarter with the score: Bruins 56, Roadrunners 6.
Back at Pulaski Academy as we head to the 4th quarter to the Bruins' successful home debut as they've wrapped this one up really in the first half. They lead it now 56-6 over the Memphis Ridgeway Roadrunners. They're threatening. Bruins have some of their guys in there trying to get some experience on defense. Roadrunners still have their first team in. Ball is at the 3. 2nd down and goal. Casey takes a snap, deep pitch to his running back Sneed. Looking left, Sneed's going to go into the end zone for a touchdown. So the Roadrunners get on the board. First touchdown they've had since early in the game when a receiver got free. Makes it 56-12. 11:48 to go here in the third quarter.
That was just kind of a student body left, wasn't it, Jay?
Pitch it back to Sneed and see if he can find some running room left. He did. Now they're going to line up and go for 2. Try to make it 56-14. Casey under center. As we said, he's got a hefty offensive line. 2-point conversion. He's going to roll to the right, being chased. Now cuts back to his left, throws to the back of the end zone, has a man, and is caught for the 2-point conversion.
Turf monster got him out of the end zone. I believe he hurt himself just a little bit,
He
too.
may have. Roadrunners get the 2-point conversion. 11:48 to go. And it's 56-14. We'll pause. You're listening to Bruin Football on 96.5 FM, The Answer. Our thanks to Zach Thomas back at the studio running things there. Always does a good job. Appreciate that. Roadrunners will be kicking from our left to our right. We're in the fourth quarter, 11:48 to play in this game. The Bruins leading at 56-14. They've had the sportsmanship rule in effect here in the second half. And here's the kickoff. Short one. Going to be grabbed on the run, the 20, the 25, out to the 30, the 35, the 40, the 45, and finally knocked down at midfield. Good return that time by Braden Cash, a sophomore. He gets the Bruins out to midfield. And we've got an injury. That's another Roadrunner player. He's cramped this time at about the 50-yard line.
On that last play, Jonathan Holmes, number 6 for the Roadrunners, made the tackle on that kickoff.
Yeah, they got a player down around midfield. They're going to try to help him up. He's having leg cramps. They start bending those toes back. They'll get him a little hydration. Bruins in command. They have been since the first half, leading at 56-14, 11:23 to go. And they get a player up, number 35, and he's going to jog off the field.
It's Talvin Phillips for the Roadrunners.
So Calvin has some leg cramps. He'll head to the sideline. And the Bruins will start this possession. They're going to say the 49-yard line of Ridgeway. So 1st and 10. Quarterback is Braden Bratcher. I always like seeing these other guys get this experience because you never can tell when it's going to pay off for you.
Mm-hmm.
Bratcher, empty backfield. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Here's a quick pitch, little shovel pass, and that didn't work. He tried to hit Jaden Kelly. That didn't work that time.
No, that was
It's going to be trapped in the backfield.
bad play on that one.
Not the way they practiced it.
No.
So he's going to lose about 4. Back to the 47-yard line. He's 2nd down and 14. But they are taking time off the clock. 10:45 to go. The clock is running. Bratcher. Another shovel pass, and this is incomplete. Everybody yells, but on a shovel pass, it's incomplete. It's not a fumble.
That's not a fumble. It's short.
So that'll come back to the line of scrimmage. It should be 3rd down. Now they're moving the stick on the far side, and they shouldn't. Now they're going to huddle up and talk about it. They've moved the marker on the far side, but it ought to go back to the line of scrimmage.
Should.
Now that, yeah, they're saying incomplete pass. So they'll move it back. Now whoever has a side mark on the other side's thinking, whoops, where was this thing?
Years ago I used to do the chain gangs. Now this is way back 30, 40 years ago, and that's one thing they said not to ever move until...
Not until the official tells you to.
Tell
Yep.
you to.
Now they're going to bring it all the way back to the... Yeah, there we go. Well, we're not sure. But they're going to... It should go back to the 47-yard line is where it should go. And now they're creeping it back, and there we go. There we go.
I think they heard you say something about it.
I don't know, but it should be 3rd and 14 from there. Bratcher takes a snap. At the 40, the 35, down to the 30, and that's a first down. Andrew Cobb, who's a sophomore. Well, these sophomores are getting some good playing time, I can tell you that.
They certainly
They're looking
are.
pretty good, too. Sophomores, juniors, some seniors. That's first down.
And I believe Talvin Phillips, the guy that was a while ago, came out of the game and made the tackle there.
Could be. First and 10 from the 28. Running play up the middle, not much. Got back maybe to the line of scrimmage. It was E.J. Anderson. He didn't get much there.
Cameron Daniels wrapped him up, made the stop.
Got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
28-yard line. 2nd and 10.
So it'll be second down. .908 to go in this one. Bruins leading at 56-14. Second down and 10 from the 28. Bruins moving from our right to our left. Bratcher looks in, gets another play called. Now a whistle and flag and delay a game. Well, it took too much time that time, and of course that doesn't hurt you because the clock still keeps on running with the sportsmanship rule. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I looked over there and it's still running.
Yep. We're down to 8.5 minutes to go. The clock running. 56-14. Bruins leading it. Had the ball 8 times in the first half. They had 7 touchdowns and then a knee down to kill the clock. Here's a running play to the right. It's going to go down to the 30, down to the 26-yard line. That's Jaden Kelly before he's cut down. So that'll bring up third down and about 8.
Jaden Kelly carries on the play.
Make it the 26-yard line. Third down and 8. Need to get to about the 18 for a first down.
26-yard line. 3rd and 8.
So a third down play for this group of Bruins. Bratcher, the quarterback. Kelly off to his right. He looks back to Coach Kelly. Gets a signal call. Takes the handoff and rolls left. Looks, fires. It's going to be incomplete at about the 10-yard line. What he was looking for is that Cobb. Andrew Cobb, I believe. It's incomplete, and it'll be 4th down and 8. So the ball's at the 26. Need to get to the 18 for a first down, and it's 4th down with 7:07 to play and the clock ticking. Bruins leading at 56-14. They look to the sidelines with 12 on the play clock. Still looking with 8 on the play clock. 6, 5, 4, 3. Awaiting the snap is Bratcher. He has it, rolls to the left, being chased, being hit, and being sacked back at about the 33-yard line. So that'll turn it over on downs with 6:36 to go.
And Smith on the tackle there for Road Runners.
So the offense gives it back on downs. And the defense comes back on the field.
All right, Vince Manso just ran all the way up here to the press box. Coming out of Dollar Hot Dogs.
6:35 to go. Clock running as the Roadrunners take the field offensively. Casey, the quarterback, he's going to hand it off. Fumble in the backfield, trying to hand it off to his deep man. Bruins are after him, and they're going to get him in the backfield. Back around the 27-yard line. Well, it's going to be a loss of about 6 on the play. They just had trouble with that exchange. Casey didn't look too sure when he took the snap.
And J.P. Cady was on that stop along with number 52 for the Bruins. Wilson Miller.
Second down, and we'll call it 15. Casey under center. Rolls to the right to pass. Now steps up. Now throws long. This one's up for grabs. He's got a receiver, and it's going to be caught at about the 33-yard line. Cameron Como. At about the, let's see where they say, went out of bounds at the 33.
I didn't know if that one was going to come down or not. It
was
it was a high.
That was way up there. We lost it for a minute. Then it came back into view. Had a receiver, Como, the win got it. So that's a first down all the way down to the Bruin 33. 5:25 to go. Casey, the quarterback, has gone all the way. Takes the snap. He's going to try to pass again. Rushes on. He's hit, gets it away, and it's high across the middle. Overshot his receiver at about the 15-yard line.
Layden Smith's on the coverage for the Bruins there. He's playing left cornerback.
He's a sophomore. Under 5 minutes now to play. Bruins in command, 56-14. Against Memphis Ridgeway. Here's a handoff to the deep back, looking for room. Finds some of the 25 to 20. He may score. 15, 10, 5, touchdown. And their fans are getting into it. They're on the comeback trail.
It's going to be
56-20.
Be a little late.
Yeah. 4.5 minutes to go. They've still got their starting unit on the field, too.
But that's okay.
Maybe it'll help them out down the road.
Sure.
56-20. Bruins lead it with 4.5 to play. Of course, if you're not going to get your substitutes in a game like this, then when are you going to get them in? They're going to go for two. Casey rolls left, fires incomplete on the 2-point conversion. So 56-20 with 4.5 to play. I know Coach Kelly would just as soon this offense get on the field and run the rest of this clock out, call it a night.
Yeah, I don't think anything else is going to be proven tonight with the score the way it is right now.
56-20, Bruins led it 49-6 at halftime. Soon added some more. And now with about 4.5 to go, the Roadrunners have put up some points. That is 56-20. This thing, the whole game, the second half has been played under the sportsmanship rule where the clock runs. And it's going to be a long drive back I-40 to Memphis for
It sure will
Memphis Ridgeway. That's a long drive anyway.
Yeah, with all the
Doesn't matter.
truck traffic.
Here comes the kickoff from our left to right. It's going to be fielded at the 15. Back to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, and that looked like face mask, and it was. Here come flags. Looks like a whirlwind at a quilting party out there.
Yeah, I think number 10 for
I have to use that once a year.
yeah, Deuce Chairs
Yeah.
made the tackle there grabbed the face mask.
Yeah, he did. He at about the 31-yard line. Personal foul, face mask against the Roadrunners. Lucky nobody was hurt on that.
You know, a guy could get his neck broken.
Boy, you're not
easy.
kidding. He was running full speed, and all of a sudden he was whipped around. So that's going to move it out to the 46-yard line.
And normally, Jay, under conditions like that where the head goes, the rest of the body goes too.
That is true. It does. So 1st and 10 Bruins at their own 46, moving from right to left. 4 minutes to go now. Coach Kelly's just thinking, get a first down and let's kill this thing off. Here's a pump. Bratcher's going to take it to the 50 and down to the 49-yard line before he's pushed backwards. I think these Roadrunners are getting a little testy over there now.
Well, they probably don't like the score being run up on them, but anyway, that's...
And actually, it wasn't run up on them.
No.
Played the starters in the first half. In the second half, they got the starters out of there. 56-20 with 3.5 to play. That was a pickup of about 4. It's second down and 6. Now who's in quarterback here? Brooksy.
Number
Now Bratcher
29.
comes back, but also out there is E.J. Anderson. E.J. Anderson's going to take the snap. Now Bratcher comes in motion. And E.J. Anderson's going to keep it, and he's going to reverse field, and they're all chasing him, and he's going to be knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Well, that wasn't exactly the way it was drawn up either.
No, I don't think so. The old saying goes by an old sports announcer years ago, Kern Tips, Southwest Conference, they almost had a malfunction at the junction
They
there.
sure
They were
did,
trying
yeah.
to hand it off, and it didn't quite work.
2:45 to go. The ball's still at midfield. It'll be third down and 6. They have to get down to the 44 of Ridgeway for a first down. But at least the clock is running. 2.5 to play. Here's Bratcher rolling to his left, throwing. It's going to be caught at the 45, down to the 41. That's a first down. So that should do it. That was Brandon Perkins on the catch, and he gets the first down. At the Ridgeway 41-yard line with 2 minutes to go, and Bruins should just run this one out now, leading at 56-20. Bratcher with Kelly next to him. Kelly gets the call, fumbles the football, and has to fall on it back at the 46. That was a disaster waiting to happen.
Very fortunate to recover that fumble there that he had.
Kelly did a good job of reaching out and grabbing it and pulling it back in. So a loss of 5, second down and 15. That's not what matters, though. What matters is a minute and a half to go. Bruins are going to be 2-0 in the season. Memphis Ridgeway 0-4. On second down, there's a shovel pass, and it's the 50 down to the 45. Not going anywhere fast. Is that Jaden Nash? Who is that with the ball? Yeah, I think it is. I think it's Jaden Nash.
Yeah, number 6, yes, Jaden.
He's a junior.
That play hadn't been working too good the second half because I think the defense is getting a lot of penetration, and
Yeah.
it's
And they're tireder, too. They're staying home.
mm-hmm.
You get a tired defense, they're not going to move much, and you're running right in the middle of them. Third down and 15. 39 seconds to go. Bratcher, quick pitch to the left, caught at the 45 and brought down immediately. That was E.J. Anderson on the catch.
Calvin Phillips on the stop for.
And it's going to be close. I think that's going to do it. It is.
It should.
20 seconds to go, and they're just now starting the play clock. So they're going to try to rush to the line of scrimmage. This group wants another play. Fourth down. Bratcher has the snap. Quick pitch to the left, and it's going to be incomplete. Well, he about took out the student section on that one.
He hummed it, didn't he?
He did hum that one. And that's it.
And that's the ball game.
So both teams will meet on the field. The Bruins have won their home opener 56-20 over Memphis Ridgeway. We'll be back to tell you a little bit more about it after this. You're listening to Bruin Football on 96.5 FM, The Answer.
We certainly wish you a safe trip home. Bruins, be sure to be back here next Friday night. Of course, game time will be at 9 o'clock for the ESPN broadcast. Everyone, please drive home safely. Good night.
Okay. Well, back at Pulaski Academy, there's the Bruins. Well, we are back here at Pulaski Academy, and the Bruins have won this one 56-20. They won last week at Sand Springs, Oklahoma Page, 59-21. So, and most of the damage has been done by both teams offensively. Sand Springs got 21 tonight. Memphis Ridgeway gets 20 in the second half when you're trying to get some playing time for some players.
That's right.
So this first defense has done a heck of a job in both first halves of these games. And the Bruins offense, what you expect, they're putting points on the board early. That's why it's surprising to me, Brooks, that these teams still win the toss and elect to give the football to Pulaski Academy first.
I think that's a bad mistake on the opposing team. They shouldn't do something like that. They should, if they can, take the ball, I think, and try to get up on the Bruins and not be chasing the Bruins.
Well, another big night for Lane Hatcher, and he was distributing the football all over the field to different receivers tonight. And he did a great job, and the receivers did a good job. And, of course, like we said, the defense does a great job again. So, you know, it's hard to beat what's happened in the first two games. But now, of course, next week's
it's
a 9 o'clock game against a very tough team from Bossier City.
Mm-hmm. And the reason everybody, for 9 o'clock start, it's going to be televised on, do you know what particular station? Or I'm not sure anyway. But anyway, it's going to be a televised game. And I think the Bruins are going to
ESPNU next week.
ESPNU, okay. And I think next week the Bruins are going to see a top-notch team out of Louisiana, Bossier City. In the past, they've had some players go to LSU and Oklahoma State and Louisiana Tech, so they're going to face some stiff competition next week.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And it's, of course, don't forget 9 o'clock start time next week. Talking to Josh here. Coach Kelly's down dressing the team down on the field right now, as he always does. But, yeah, you're talking about this team they're going to face next week. Yeah, it's going to be a tough challenge. But, you know, the funny thing is, Brooks, it's one of those type of deals where people say, boy, Pulaski Academy goes here and they go there and play this team and play that team. I was looking today at some of the rankings, and some of the teams the Bruins have played over the years are now ranked in the top 20 in the country.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about going out to Los Angeles and playing Chaminade. We played them out there. And we certainly played some good competition down at Highland Park in Dallas. And now Coach Kelly welcomes in this very tough team from Bossier City. If they do not shy away from the tougher teams in the country.
No, they certainly don't. And if you want to be the best, like I said before, you've got to play the best. But I happened to look up Parkway, the opponent next week, and they're ranked 6th in the state of Louisiana, and nationally they're ranked 324th.
Well, you know, the team that you got to see last year, East High School in Salt Lake City, they're ranked again in the top 20 in the nation. Mm-hmm. So, and you were talking about how tough they were last year out there in Salt Lake City.
And I think last year the Bruins had a good showing at that ball game. However, they did come up a little bit short.
Yep. Coach Kelly's still talking to the team. We're going to take a break. We'll be back to talk a little bit more about this one in next week's game right after this. Our final, Pulaski Academy wins it 56-20. Back to talk more about it after this. You're listening to Bruin Football on 96.5 FM The Answer.